So maybe we should wrap it up on a good note.
Chairman,
Tim,
Can I make a little clarification?
sure, go ahead.
Thank you, Chairman. I just want to clarify that the investment agreement, the one that is signed, that was the result of the government engaging in negotiations with a private entity for a private business, and that is not part of the government's role, and that's where the first wrong step was taken. I just want to comment also on the signed document that I understand what the YAP group is requesting, that the leadership of YAP should be unified to come up with the best course of action for the best interest of the people of YAP. Well, that is very, I think everybody agrees with that. There is one legal problem. The governor has already signed the investment agreement obligating the state to implement certain acts, to amend the laws, to create an environment to benefit ATG. And these are specified in the agreement. Those are legal obligations on the state. And all the leadership of YAP can come together, form a unified position on ETG or any development for that matter. But that will not void the signed agreement with legal obligations on the state until and unless there is very clear statement that the agreement is void. I think everybody agrees that the letter from Governor to Deng Hong concerning voiding the agreement is subject to several interpretations. And therefore, one can argue that the agreement is void. One can argue that it's only an invitation to go back to the table. And therefore, the agreement remains in effect. I have to say this because as legal advisor for the legislature, the legislative branch cannot undo or give effect to a different course of action other than that what the state is legally obligated to do. And the agreement obligates the state of YAP despite the definition in the agreement. And so it is stated that put the agreement aside and leave it to the leadership to figure it out. That is fine. However, if the foreign investment permit and the business license were issued in anticipation of the signed agreement and the government, the leadership, ignores those two instruments, the foreign investment permit and the business license, then we are leaving, we being the state government, leaving the landowners who are private citizens in the cold to fend for themselves without living up to the terms of the signed agreement. And so those two acts are not separable. As much as people are tired of the signed agreement, it cannot be separated from what ETG is doing or probably planning to do. And to add to that, the letter from Deng Hong responding to Governor's letter included terms that are not in the signed agreement. I just want to clarify that because I think it's important for the people in the community to realize that if they are entering into lease agreements because the government has signed an investment agreement with ETG, yet the government is going to leave ETG and the private landowners to fend for themselves, then what the people in the community is believing may not be entirely correct, that they cannot rely on, depend on the government because of the signed agreement. Thank you.
Thank you, Jose.